Assalamu alaikum, dear friends. How are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, look, economics, of course, it is the backbone of every individual, every family, every group, every country. So, being economically comfortable, it is of extreme importance immediately after life and health. I think it is the economics. So we need to become economically sound, each one of us, I and you, every individual. We need to become economically sound. We need to improve constantly our economics because most or maybe overwhelming majority of the things which we want to have will come with because of the money. So we need to have better money, particularly those people who are unable to meet their needs comfortably. I think it is even more important for them to raise their economic status, and this has been made a topic of our discussion today. And once we were looking upon it, we have selected certain points and tips which are of great importance to every individual. Now these points and these items are totally nine in number. We need to understanding it well, and it is not so complicated to understand it at all. Understanding it well, it is highly useful, beneficial. So the number one point is that is education and skill development. We need to educate ourselves. Mean it is once we were getting the education from the educational institution, once we were young, that's all fine. Many of the people think that that is enough. I think it is not enough at all. We need to keep learning throughout our life, but obviously we cannot be a learner or a student full time anymore. But we need to spare a bit of our time on a daily basis, on a regular basis, so that we could get more education. So that not only the education, rather we need to develop our skill, the skill which we are already having, or maybe another skill as well. We need to develop our skill, improving our skill, and of course the education on a consistent basis. These are of great importance. Spare a little bit of the time on a daily basis, on a regular basis, for this purpose. Now the second thing is, that is budgeting and expenses management. Budgeting mean, again, many of the people are of the view that being an individual or being a family, I don't need to have a budget at all. It is meant for the companies and for the countries, not for me at all. So my dear friends and fellows, I think that budgeting is for everybody. We need to enlist our needs on the one hand, that these are my needs and this is my income. Now the budgeting means that I need to fulfill my needs out of that income on the one hand, and I need to save a little bit of the money from that particular income on the other hand. And if even if at all it is not, it seems complicated, then the simplest our thing is that keep writing all of your expenses, and where did you spend this much of the money at the end of the week. Now we need to look upon what was unnecessary, which I'm not going to repeat at all, and what was where I should have spent relatively lesser amount of money, but I spent more money, so that the next time I would be spending lesser amount of money upon that. Now the third thing is in increasing income. We need to increase our income. We need to increase our income. How can I increase our income? By the way, maybe I need to change the company I'm working for, but for that purpose we need to be careful, so that there is a risk as well, that if I leave this job, maybe acquiring another job will not be easy. So I think we need to become, although on the one hand we need to increase our income, we need to generate certain ideas. How can I increase my income? Then of course we need to work upon some of these, where it is more likely to increase my income. Now the next is, So, dear friends and fellows, the next is, it is the investing. We need to learn, we need to save a bit of the money on the one hand, and on the other hand, we need to know where to invest my money. We need to save a bit of money on the one hand, and then we need to invest this money. Don't bother if at all the saving is too little, don't bother at all. Rather, still continue this work. And how can it be done, my dear friends and fellows? I think we need to learn, and this way we will be learning, we will be getting ourselves educated how to make the investment, but we need to keep investing the money no matter how little it is. With the passage of time, our investment will keep increasing. We need to think where it is safe to invest the money, where it is safe to invest the money on the one hand, and how where it the increase, the increment is also there, but we need to invest the money. Learning how to use the money. Now the fifth is building assets. We need to build the asset. We need to understand what is the asset, what is the liability in the eyes of many people. In the eyes of many people, a car is an asset. Actually, it's a liability. Why do I call it a liability? Because it will consume the fuel on the one hand, and of course the maintenance expenses, and thirdly the accident might occur as well. So I don't consider it an asset at all. The asset is the bond, an asset is the real estate or anything else which will keep increasing its value, which will keep appreciating. So that is called the asset. Now, the sixth thing is networking and mentorship. What is this networking? Keep developing your acquaintance and slightly good relationship with many of the people. Obviously, with every individual, it might not be possible, but at the same time, we can develop our acquaintance. We can somehow socialize positively and pleasantly with some of the people, develop the basic relationship with some of the people. Of course, every individual cannot be taken, but we need to have a reasonably good number. We need to develop our social relationship with a reasonably good number of people, and this relationship, even if it is at the basic level, it is quite okay. Later on, we might think that where I need to develop better relationship, with whom and whom I need to develop the better relationship. Somehow it is the networking, and connected with it is the mentorship. We need to find certain individuals, certain people, one, two, or three amongst our network, and we need to develop more relationship with those people for the purpose of learning, for the purpose of getting the mentorship. We need to consult those people on certain issues, that what kind of guidance do they provide to me. Now the seventh is lifestyle choices. We need to live below our means. It is extremely important. But at the same time, if at all my income is increasing, but in the same manner, some of the people keep raising their expenses, so that they fail to save more money. As a matter of fact, we need to save slightly more money with the passage of time. So that is the number seven. Now the number eight thing is that starting a business, being an entrepreneur. We need to start a business. We need to learn how to start a business. We need to study the market needs and what can I provide, what is relatively safe, where I can invest money. So, my dear friends and fellows, starting a business is important. Now, the ninth and the last is creating cash flowing assets. Creating a cash flowing asset, like if at all somebody have bought a house and then rented it out, so it is a cash flowing asset. And there could be certain other things as well. Maybe some of the people buy something and then keep giving it on the rent, on the rental service. It could be of something. Then I think that is cash flowing asset. So the nine of these things, each one of these things are really important, and it can raise our economic status. It can make us better and better financially. So I think That is relatively simple and easy way to become more and more better at our education, at our business activities, and we can raise our income level at a considerably high. That's all from me at the moment. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz Nasir.